Hi, thank you for joining my sessions. I'm Megumi Takeshita, IK Network Service. At first, please download the trace files and some Python code and Wireshark profile at this address. For some Zoom person, screen sharing works. Okay, maybe Zoom. If some trouble with Zoom person, please chat at me. I check again. Can you see screen? Maybe okay. Maybe okay. Let's go on. I'm Megumi Takeshita, IK Network Service. I'm lucky because when I started the reseller of case technology in 2007, Gerald and Rolf and other nice Wireshark community, I'm enjoying such a nice situations. I'm also a small contributor of Wireshark. For example, about Wireshark, authors, and Megumi. You can see my name in Japanese. And also, Qt version Wireshark supports internationalizations. So my Wireshark change preference and set language to Japanese. I wrote TS5. You can see all menu in Japanese. Let's go on. I see. Okay. The link is here. This address. Of course, I send the Discord link as well as the chat screens of this Zoom chat windows. Then let's start with WPA2 PSK dissections. Open sample trace file W2 PSK SSID EK6. Passphrase is Wireshark PKPLG. This trace is captured and decrypted by Windows-based capture tool, Tomograph Pro. You may know we can capture Wi-Fi 6 using Intel AX200 or 210 adapters. So this is typical common example in Wi-Fi 6 environment with WPA2 PSK. In actual, I use my iPhone 13 and Asus access point. Open this file. Yeah. It's typical communication via access points and stations. This file omits beacons and probe request, probe response, but it starts with authentication, open auth, and association request, association response, and four-way handshake, and some data frames. Yeah. There is a four-way handshake after link-up process. So please enter EAPOL, Enhanced Authentication Protocol overrun in display filters, and please make the flow graph window. At first, AP sends key, including nonce, and station reply key message 2 to exchange PTK for unicast. Then AP sends message 3, including GTK, group key for multicast broadcasting, message 4 to confirm GTK. Let's go. Enter display filter as EAPOL. And I need to move something here. Of course, some trace file link is Discord and Zoom chat windows. I send this here, maybe. Yeah. Chat windows, you can see this link. Zoom, of course, as well as Zoom and Discord. Of course, Discord. link Juliary channels. There are my posts, including some trace file. Okay. There is a four-way handshake between stations and AP, and choose statistics and flow graph to check four-way handshake. Press limit to display filter. It is a common four-way handshake. Please note, if we use WPA3 SAE connections, we use the same method to exchange PTK and GTK. Let's go on. Yeah. At first, we know some technical term or something. GPath phrase is used for sorry for my mistake. Pairwise PSK, pre-shared key exchange. So at first, PMK, pairwise master key, is created by 4,096 times calculations of PBKDF hash functions. But this is never sent network. Stations and AP preserve it secret using SSH1 algorithm. And PMK is important. We can create PTK and other informations. So using PSK and SSID and from parameters, we can create pairwise master key using PBFK2. HMark algorithm is secure hash algorithm 1. Input data is PSK, passphrase SSID 4,096 times. Let's start PMK using Wireshark. Go back to the trace and check the number 5 packet, first EAPOL message. And select .11 data and right click to choose protocol preference to open .11 wireless LAN preferences, and then open Wireshark preference screen, choose decryption key in the .11 wireless LAN protocol dialog. We can set 5 styles of web and WPA decryption key in Wireshark 3.6. Of course, some people know these 3 options. In former versions of Wireshark, you may know Wireshark 2, we can set web key or TKIP key using hex value for web decryptions. And also, we can set passphrase :SSID is common for decrypting WPA1 PSK or WPA2 PSK. And there are some calculator in Wireshark website. We can set 256-bit pre-shared raw key directly into Wireshark preference. And this one is maybe new one. We can set temporal key. TK is so strong, so sometimes we can decrypt WPA3 sessions if we know temporal key. So we need to some debug mode or just dumping temporal key from access point. In this case, we can decrypt sessions using just one time temporal key. TK is used for actual encryption. Decryption key is a part of PTK. And some case of enterprise mode, such as WPA1 EAP or WPA2 EAP, we can set MSK, master session key, into Wireshark to decrypt wireless communications. But we need to take these information from controllers, such as Cisco or some radio server and so on. Let's try this. Set type as WPA3 and input key passphrase Wireshark colon equals 6 in decryption key dialog. And click OK to close this decryption key dialog and OK again to preferences. Let's try this. Back to Wireshark and check this trace file and choose EAPOL first message and right click to .11 QoS data and choose protocol preference and check open .11 Wireshark settings. To quick decryption keys, there are 5 options of input decryption key: web, WPWD, WPSK, temporal key, master session key. This time, I put WPWD and set Wireshark colon equals 6. Okay. And I need to explain with decrypt this. Just wait for a while. Please remember, this is just a QoS data. We cannot find information, just data. It says just data. So again, .11 preference and put decryption keys and Wireshark equals 6. I tried. Maybe people are not. It's common. Of course, I want to surprise you. I already input the key, so everything decrypted. Anyway, let's go on. You can see data frame, for example, frame 10 after four-way handshake. It's used high efficiency mode. It says Wi-Fi 6 communications. Check, for example, file type is 11AX and check the QoS data. And there is CCMP parameters. Yeah, we can know temporal key and pairwise master key from Wireshark. Go back to slides. Click OK to close this decryption key dialog and OK again to close .11 preferences. We can decrypt from this to this. I'm sorry, I already input the key, so it's common, but it's very good functions of Wireshark to decrypt Wireshark WPA2 PSK communications. Choose first QoS data frame 9 and open .11 QoS data and check this. Share screen again. Sorry. Desktop. Maybe this one. Okay. Desktop one. Close this. That work. Okay, no problem. Check new sharing and choose desktop one. It screen says we share the screen sharing. Once stop and sharing again. I need to stop video or stop sharing, screen sharing, and start sharing again. How about this? I think we share the screens for Zoom users. Stop video. Just sharing again. No. I see. Check desktop once. Oh. Please help me. Someone is expert about Zoom or for sharing screens. No? I see. Videos and sharing the screens. Yes. Again. So, yeah. Again. I think it works. I use chat. Can you see screen sharing for Zoom people? Is there someone? There are 5 persons. I think it may be okay because remote persons is there. Okay. I see. So let's go on. Choose first QoS data frame 9 and open .11 headers and open CCMP parameters. We can find TK and PMK Wireshark generated field in CCMP parameters headers. Wireshark decrypt for a handshake and at generated field temporal key, actual AES key of communications, and pairwise master key, 32-byte 4096 times calculations of PBKDF functions with SHA1 algorithm using passphrase and SSID. We can also test this calculation by Python easily. Just 5 lines from hashref import PBKDF to Mac. Passphrase is Wireshark, SSID is equals 6, and PMK is PBKDF2 HMAC. Algorithm is secure hash algorithm 1, and change Wireshark passphrase encode ASCII and change SSID equals 6 into ASCII code and 4096 times, and the output is 32 bytes. Let's run pmk.py to check the PMK from the output with Wireshark generated field. It's the same value. By this, open pmk.py, just a 5-line code, run this script. And this is a PMK. Maybe copy this and check this one. 31BB, 31F, maybe 31BB, 31F. It's the same value. Stations and the access point share this information in secret. Then start for a handshake. Please check the number 5 packet and open 802.1x authentication headers. Epic creates random value as nonce and send nonce data, 32-byte random values. And message 1 packet also contains MAC address of access point, open .11 headers to check this. check the first four-way handshake packet. Check the MAC address of access point. This frame is this is a kind of information. After Wireshark 2, Wireshark adds a common information header. The name is 802.11 radio informations, because some capture tools create their own encapsulations, such as per packet informations or radio tap and so on. And capture driver creates their own radio tap fields. For example, this times this will create like this channel flags and so on. So Wireshark creates own common header style 802.11 radio information headers. Anyway, check 802.1x authentication headers and check nonce data here. Nonce data contains random values of 32 bytes random value. Double run RSNA EFPOL.keydes.nonce. Let's go back. And PTK creations from station side starts. Station starts to create pairwise transient key after station received EAPOL message 1. Just one message, we can share the same information between AP and stations. PTK is created from A nonce, S nonce. S nonce is station nonce data, AP MAC address, and station MAC address. The function is defined by standards using PTK is hash values of PMK and minimum of station and AP MAC address or max values of AP and station MAC address, mean values of access point nonce, S nonce, and max value of A nonce, S nonce. Anyway, input these parameters into big hash box. We can create the keyring, big keyring of PTK. PTK consists of many key informations. Input parameters PMK, access point random data, station random data, both MAC address. We can create PTK big keyring. It consists of key encryption key, key confirmation key, and temporal key. I look this in each data frames, actual encryption key, 128 bits. And it's a packet hash key, receive mix secret and transmit mix secret too. Let's go on. Choose packet 6, EAPOL message to station to access points. Station creates random value and sends S nonce 32 bytes random value. Station calculates and create PTK, but we cannot confirm both key is the same. So we start to calculate the WPA key MIC data for confirmations. So message 2 contains key nonce, key MIC values, and MAC address. Again, go to EAPOL message 2 and check station's MAC address. I use iPhone private MAC address, so E2DA is my iPhone address. And there is a station side random value, station nonce, and station's confirmation values of MIC data. Then station created S nonce and at MIC data. Station also adds the key MIC field, calculate SH1 HMAC from all of 802.1x field. WPA key MIC means a confirmation that create PTK is the same with stations and AP. Sometimes you may see message 1, message 2, message 1, message 2, stack and loop many times. It says passphrase is not much. Anyway, PTK creation, sense and check actual MIC with calculated MIC. Access points, receive EAP or message to, and start calculation to create MIC and check packet MIC values. If the same, both PTK is correct, but it fails, maybe passphrase mismatch. So loop of message 1, message 2 many times. Like this. If calculate MIC is not the same with key MIC, it usually means passphrase is not much. For example, open not much MIC pcap NG in your data. Not much MIC. And please set the display filter. It is my Nintendo console. So w1.addr resolve contains Nintendo. Look like this, like this. We can see just wait for a while. Many loop of message 1, message 2, MIC is not much. Message 1, 2, not much, 1, 2, not much. Then AP sends disassociate. And again. It's common in passphrase mismatch or authentication method mismatch. Let's go back to slides. This trace tested passphrase mismatch between Modacom, Taiwanese AP and Nintendo stations. We can find iterations of message 1 and 2 because AP's calculated MIC is not same as packets data. Let's try PTK exchange demonstrations. I referred and create WPA2 implementation Python code from Nicholas Smith's website. It's not perfect, not actual, but key is the same in actual. So please try this using Visual Studio Code or your Python environment. Code is somehow wrong, but concept is the same. Let's go to Visual Studio Code and open ptk.py and run this code. We can check to create PTK and KK, KCK, and temporal key. Input value is passphrase Wireshark, SSID is equal 6, AP MAC address, AP nonce address, station MAC address, and station nonce address. Please check this. Source file is somehow source file is somehow wrong, but I want to close this window. Okay. Yeah. Please check. I input parameters as actual packet data. Here, passphrase, SSID, access point MAC is ASUS MAC address, and station MAC address is my iPhone private MAC address. And check actual nonce data, copy paste to Wireshark informations. Then start calculating, create hash data and big keylings of PTK, and check the parameters. I copy and paste nonce data MAC address from AP and stations and run this code. ptk.py outputs PMK, PTK, temporal key, and MIC values. Check MIC is correct. The calculate MIC value and packet are the same. Really? Again. Calculated MIC value. Calculated MIC value is the same as actual MIC value. Match here. Match here and here. I create some slide. MIC is correct. So these stations and access points succeed in sharing the same PTK. So just sending EAPOL message 1 and 2 confirms sharing the large keying PTKs and temporal key, key confirmation key, key encryption keys, and other big MIC data, receive and transmit MIC data. Just 2 packets confirms that we share the same information like this. Then check temporal key. TK is used for actual encryptions and decryption AES key for unicast data communications. Temporal key changes every time at link up. So compare the calculate temporal key from Python code with actual Wireshark generated field in CCMP parameters of QoS data packet. WPA3 uses the same mechanism to check this. Bingo, it is the same values. Packet TK is a program TK. Go on. Then click the packet 7. AP creates and sends GTK safely with key confirmation key, key encryption key in secure tunnels. GTK is used for multicast broadcasting and also check confirmations WPA key MIC data. Click packet 7 and open .1x headers, and there is additional key informations. There are tagged parameters in WPA key data and open vendor specific headers. There are RSM GTK, and check this. Here is a GTK. GTK is used for broadcast or multicasting. So we need to change this periodically. So we need additional two-way handshake in maybe 24 hours or some timings. GTK creation AP side. GTK is created from GMK, GNANCE, and AP MAC address and group key expansions. And it's keying of temporal key and receive MIC key and transmit MIC key. GTK is used for broadcast and multicast, so it changes periodically. So check this message 3 and open vendor specific RSN GTK and check GTK fields. And compare KCK and KK. KCK and KK are used for secure key distributions. Confirm Wireshark calculated KCK, KK is the same with Python code, calculated Python code. For example, KCK, KK is here for secure key distributions and check the output of Python code, KCK, KK. We use this to distribute group key, temporal key correctly. Finally, message 4. Station received and installed GTK to receive message 3, and station adds the WPA key MIC informations for confirmations. If we receive message 4 and confirms calculated key value, key MIC is the same with packet key MIC. Like this, last for a handshake here. There are just MIC data. If we check the calculate MIC with this field to confirm keys securely distributed. You may remember cracks, famous WPA2 cracking. Cracks stops this message, blocks message 3, and try many times to confirm the GTK insertion attack. But now patched, so no problem. This is the conclusion for a handshake. Anyway, access point sends random value and MAC address to calculate PTK, and station sends station random value and MAC address and calculate PTK and sends a confirmation key MIC. And message 3 contains the GTK. So station install GTK and calculate MIC. And finally, send key MIC to compare MIC values. Four-way handshake is the same method in WPA2 and WPA3. WPA2 is good, but it has been over 10 years since WPA2 was born, and we can use dictionary attack if we capture complete four-way handshake between AP and stations. Of course, you may know aircraft energy to use dictionary attack to packet trace of four-way handshake. And smartphone and tablets are positive to ROM, so fake to de-authentications and disassociation frame can reach tons of new four-way handshake packets. If we want to attack in WPA2, we need to fresh new four-way handshake. But four-way handshake is mere because if we link up, there are just one four-way handshake. So if we need tons of handshake, send tons of DOs to collect new four-way handshake frames. And there are some new attacks, including cracks, stop message 3, and try to find keys. So it is some examples of DOS attack can read tons of fresh four-way handshake using air reply NG -- DOS /mon, or some we need to add the ESSID with small e options and so on. And then correct for handshake and use dictionary attack. Open DOS attack PCAP and set display filter as WFC type subtype 12 or EAPOL. You can find many four-way handshake packets. Let's try this. Open DOS attack PCAP NG. Actual example of air reply NG. Maybe working through. Input display filter as try again. Sorry. Open DOS attack pcap ng. Okay. DOS. Oh. You can download this trace file from here. SharkFest. Okay. Go back. Let's see. Go back to actual packet. Input display filter. W.fc.type and subtype equal 12 or IAPOL. I try with old Android, Sony Xperia's. In actual, nowadays, iPhone 13s and today's smartphone and tablet tend to roam positively. So if we send DOS frame, a fake DOS frame many times, easily starts new four-way handshake because they tend to roam this. So when you look your smartphone, just link down and link up again. People may not acknowledge this. Fake to the authentication frame lead to fresh four-way handshake. So new protocol comes. WPA3 is a new security standard for wireless network, and WPA3 also has two modes. One is personal mode. It is called as simultaneous authentications of equals derived from Dragonfly key exchange and API station exchange for packets and create PMK at authentication phase. So PMK is different every time. It's completely different from WPA2. WPA2 PMK is every time the same value because PMK is created from SSID, passphrase, and MAC address. But this SAE key exchange creates every time new PMK value. So we cannot attack from an old four-way handshake. Old four-way handshake. So this says forward securities. We cannot attack from old four-way handshake. And dictionary attack is almost impossible. Compare WPA2 SSID last packet with new WPA3 PSK SSID equals 6. Passphrase is Wireshark pcap. Both WPA2 WPA3 use the same four-way handshake key deliberation, but there are different mechanisms of authentication frames. Let's check this. WPA3 is here. WPA3 uses the same four-way handshake. It is the same as WPA2, but please check authentication frames. There are 4 authentication frames. This is Dragonfly key exchange, SAE key exchange. It's different from WPA2. For example, it's the difference between WPA2 and WPA3. PTK GTK exchange, we use the same four-way handshake. Passphrase length is somehow longer, and temporal key is the same. But you may know WPA3 EAP and optionally, we can use 192-bit encryption. But in typical WPA3 SAE handshake, we use the same 128-bit temporal key. And authentication method is completely changed. They use simultaneous authentications of equals, and optionally, it comes a new function, protected management frames. DOS attack is a problem, but because we can send easily to fake as access point. So if we set the protected management frame after link up, DOS or disassociation frame can send only linked up stations and access points. It's new functions. And brute force preventions. This is optional. Most WPA3 access points have lookout functions. So open WPA2 trace file and set display filter as authentications and extract wireless management headers. In WPA2, we use open system authentications or shared key authentications. It's so simple. Just check the SSID name. Then open WPA3 trace file and check the type subtype as authentications. There are 4 authentication packets with SAE handshake, station commit, AP commit, and station confirm and AP confirm. Go back to trace file and first WPA2 and check authentication headers. Authentication in WPA2, just check SSID name. So every time open system unsuccessful and open system successful. So simple. But WPA3, the new Dragonfly key exchange contains access point, commit, station confirm, and station confirm, and access point confirm, and access point, station commit, access point commit, station confirm, access point confirm, like this. So to understand this Dragonfly key exchange, we need to learn mathematics, so it's difficult. So I have some easy example to explain this algorithm. Dragonfly use elliptic curve cryptography. We call as ECC. ECC is a difficult mathematical theory, so think this in programming words easily. For example, packets contains a finite field is a mathematical term. In other words, calculated mode value, modular value corrections. If we set mode value P1, P means a prime field GF, and the mode corrections is 11 divide surplus, so 0, 1, 2, 9, 10. We can calculate the mode corrections. For example, 3 multiple 5, 15 is the element of mode correction 4 because 15 divide 11 surplus 4. So we use this for elliptic curve discrete log algorithm problem. Seems difficult, but easy. This way calculation is easy, but this way is difficult. Let's go on. We can translate elliptic curve discrete logarithm problem in computer program like below. If we set the variable, int variable, a equal 2, n equal 5, p equal 11, and b equal a square n modular p exponentation, we can calculate b easily from a and b because b equal a equal to 2 exponentials 5 times modular 11. So means 32 modular 11 equal 10. So how do we find logarithm from a, b, and p? Oh, it's somehow we can do this, but it takes time. If the parameters are such a vast number, finding logarithm n is impossible to today's PCs. We can easily calculate these values to calculate this, but if we do not know n value, but we know a, b, and p, we need to manually try to find n if n equal 1 or n equal 2 or many times. It's a problem of finding logarithm. ECC use this ECDLP, elliptic curve, discrete logarithm problem for encryptions. Let's go on. Dragonfly handshake of the WPA3 PSK and create statistics and flow graph. And station says as Alice and access points say as Bob. It's common word in encryption. At first, station sends commits parameters is scalar and element, and commit stations with scalar and element, and confirm sent from Alice with calculated value, confirm values, and station sends confirm value again. Both AP and station can initiate the handshake, sends commit, and also confirm each other with scalar and element values. Like this. Dragonfly key exchange. Please click frame 1 and open .11 wireless management headers and check input parameters. There are scalar values and finite field element values. And packet 2, it contains the scalar values and finite field element values. Choose packet 3, there are confirm values. Packet 4, there are confirm values. So let's start dissecting. SA handshake has 2 auth commit and 2 auth confirm message. Auth commit has scalar and finite field element, and confirm has confirm values. They create and share PMK during these 4 packets. Alice pick random value, RA and MA, and calculate scalar value using modular, and calculate finite field element value equal minus A, inner product GFP, then send auth commit with SA and GP with 512-bit finite field element. Boom. Auth commit from both packet 2, both picks random RB and MB, and calculate scalar value from random RB and MB modular Q, and EB is minus MB in a product GFP. Then send auth commit with scalar and finite field element. These 2 packets sends together to calculate the password equivalent value simultaneously. Each Alice and Bob calculate their own and the other side scalar and finite field element to create and sharing password equivalent value. This is a logarithm, use the logarithm problems. So easily to calculate and sharing, but so difficult to assure from PEE data. So let's go back to problem with hunting and picking with ECC. Each iris and bob determines random values and finite element value. But how? If we choose just a simple random calculator to choose color or element, we can easily find some loophole of WPA3. So RFC7664 Dragonfly Key Exchange defines a hunting and picking algorithm to determine password equivalent. Try to find the point of elliptic curve from Alice and Bob MAC address. We need at first implementations to calculate over 40 times directions of hunting and picking loop against side channel attack. At first, it is just copy of RFC. We calculate the base value, the hash from MAC address, station MAC address, access point MAC address, and passphrase to create base values. We use KDF to create bit stream temp value and seed using KDF functions, and start loop to find the valid point of elliptic curve. We use seed as x-axis parameter to check this function to check this string this function to a quadratic resize modulo P. If not, counter increase to create new seed and set axis and counter base values. It's just hunting and picking like this. Code is in RFC like this. Then message 3, auth confirm from Alice. Alice station verifies scalar data of both side, access point sides, and element value from access point side, and calculate K equal RA inner products SV inner products P plus AB, and TR scalar A element A scalar B element B. This function is the same. Alice and Bob know these values each other's, and calculate H mark hash and K and TR. Then send auth confirm with this CA as 256-bit confirm value. Same things as both side. AP verifies scalar A and element A and calculate K equal RB inner products, SA inner products, P plus EA. And please note, TR calculations is the same in Alice and Bob side. And calculate the confirm value. Then send auth confirm with 256 bits confirm. This can be check each other's. Each Alice and Bob can verify the packet confirm value with the calculate confirm values like this. If the calculated confirm value is the same as packet value, we can share the same password equivalent value without sending passphrase or any information to each other. So then Alice and Bob creates PMK from password encryption value. So random value make PE. So PMK is different every time during Dragonfly key exchange. Let's check this. Dragonfly implementation.py is a sample Python code for Dragonfly handshake by Nicholas T. Open Dragonfly implementations in VS Code. There are, I see. There are many parameters such ECC curve values. I also set the same passphrase, MAC address, and so on. Please run this code 2 times to check the output. I try this. Dragonfly implementations and run this code 2 times. Open Dragonfly key exchange. Need to more this user interface is run 2 times. To check the output. Please check the color and element and episode color and element and confirm values from the output from received token from peers and received episode received token peers. Also check packet confirm value is the same with calculated confirm value in output. Check shared secret and PMK. Look for each shared secret value between Alice and Bob shared secret from output. Also check PMK value. We can share password equivalent informations. PMK is sending passphrase information each other. Let's try 2 times. PMK is different every time. Great, great. So we cannot attack in old four-way handshake. We cannot use the such hash dictionary attack because forward security, there are forward security. PMK are different. So we understand PMK is different every time in the WPA3 and it provides forward security. So we cannot use a offline dictionary attack, and DOS attack is impossible with protected management frame, but now optional. And it works slow. So someone do not like PMA functions. So sometimes off. And long passphrase lookup function prevents brute force attack. So the WPA3 SAE is almost impossible for cracking now. But there are also vulnerabilities in WPA3. People say as Dragonblood at first downgrade to WPA2 and DOS attack with over 70 connection requests. Access point have to calculate hunting and picking many times, may stop access point. And hunting and picking implementations is somehow weak for side channel attack. And choosing random value attack can be vulnerability. And enable brute force using a fake MAC address to avoid lockout and so on. But nowadays, these vulnerabilities are almost fixed now. So please change WPA3 with SAE handshake. Appendix, WPA3 EAP enterprise mode has new encryptions with commercial national security algorithm, 192-bit encryptions, and they use radius and proprietary handshake, Cisco RIP or Microsoft PIP, or use a standard TLS method. I think if you have budget, the WPA3 is EAP is the best choice if network is large and there are many users. Anyway, thank you for watching my listening my presentations, and trace files and Python codes are here. And I also put my Wireshark profile to decrypt these trace files. Thank you very much.